Carry On Gang in 5 minutes after the news. He's provocative.
I am entitled to a life of my own, and I'm going to have it in spite of you, Michael Parkinson.
He's personal.
I've always wanted to ask, for a woman as beautiful as you, who do you think's the sexiest man in the world?
He's persistent.
Have you contemplated marriage, remarrying?
Not recently.
He's Parkinson. Shirley MacLaine and Lauren Bacall meet The Interviewer, Friday, 10:45 on BBC One. News time now on BBC One with Andrew Harvey.
Good morning. Unemployment has fallen to its lowest level for 5 years, but there's been a big increase in the number of working days lost through strikes. In July, the figure for those out of work and claiming benefit was 2,126,000. That's a fall of 24,000 on the June total.
July's unemployment figures are notoriously volatile because the claimant count is swollen by university and college leavers. The figures are adjusted to take account of that, so today's fall of 24,000 in the jobless total has to be taken with a pinch of salt. The government rejected Labour claims that many people in temporary work were still unable to find full-time jobs.
The truth is that, yes, there are a number of temporary jobs in our economy. There are many fewer than our partners in Europe have, incidentally. And in many cases, both the individuals want temporary work for their own reasons, just as they want part-time work. And employers find it more convenient as well.
But postal strikes, the latest is today, have pushed the number of days lost through industrial action to the highest monthly level for 6 years. And average earnings are rising again at a slightly faster rate, heightening concerns about inflation.
A clergyman from the West Midlands is in hospital with severe head injuries after being attacked with an axe. And in Merseyside, police have arrested a man in connection with the killing of the Liverpool vicar Christopher Gray. Terence Storey is being held at St Helens police station.
Police are questioning Terence Storey this morning. They're also holding 2 others, thought to be a man and a woman, in connection with the murder of the Reverend Christopher Gray yesterday. He'd been stabbed in the grounds of his church in Anfield. Last night, a special service was held at St Margaret's Church to honour the parish priest. His murder has raised new questions about the safety of clergy working in inner cities.
The clergywoman, is now on the threshold of a new type of having to organise more carefully than ever before the way our pastoral relationships are conducted.
Police have recovered a car and a knife which may have been used in the attack.
The commander of Russian troops in Chechnya has denied reports from the Chechen rebels that a ceasefire has been agreed. There's been heavy fighting in the Chechen capital Grozny since the separatists launched their latest offensive 8 days ago. Both sides met yesterday to try to end the fighting, and latest reports say there's now only sporadic gunfire in the capital. The government's strategy to improve the nation's health is failing badly in some key areas, according to a new report. The National Audit Office survey found that obesity among adults has more than doubled since 1980. There's also been a sharp rise in alcohol consumption by women and an increase in smoking among teenagers. That's all for now. More news at midday.
Good morning from News West. A survey of food stores in Bath and North East Somerset has revealed traces of beef in packets of minced lamb. Trading Standards officers made the discovery while carrying out routine tests on 10 shops in the area. 2 samples of lamb were shown to contain at least 5% beef. The shops involved may now face legal action. A new survey by a Swindon-based action group suggests the problems caused by the anti-malaria drug Lariam have been greatly underestimated. The study questioned 200 people who claimed they'd suffered crippling side effects from the drug, but the group found that only 15% of their GPs had informed the Department of Health about the symptoms. The funeral has just taken place of a Bristol man who died in July, a year after disturbing burglars at the family home. Christopher G. never recovered from a coma after the incident last summer and died later in hospital. He'd been badly beaten after allegedly finding intruders at his home in Redland. A man's been charged with his murder. The weather forecast now, cloud will continue to thin and break at times to give sunny spells over much of the region. Top temperatures today around 23 Celsius, that's 73 degrees Fahrenheit, with mainly light northerly winds. Now we leave you with the National Weather Forecast and Richard Edgar.
Good
morning. Well, weather fronts are going to brush through the far northwest of the British Isles over the next couple of days as that system works its way northeastwards. For the rest of us, high pressure holds on, so a good deal of dry weather, but patchy cloud with us all the time. And that cloud certainly has brought a dull and in places damp start across many eastern and central parts of the United Kingdom this morning. Still the threat of some patchy outbreaks of light rain just in some eastern and central counties, I think, into the afternoon. To the west, mostly dry, some bright sunny periods, and in the east slowly brightening up as we go through the afternoon, although some counties may stay fairly dull. In the best of sunshine, pretty warm, 24 is up to 75 Fahrenheit, and things getting a little bit warm in the south as we go through to the weekend.
A new recruit, but is he safe or sound?
So you know anything about cars?
He's Queenie's cousin, all right?
Top qualifications.
Whilst Maggie has another new recruit to entertain.
Who is it? It's not important.
The hospital will want to know. The one I'm going to send them to.
That's Miss Stilson. You don't eat cheese loose, filthy hands. Miss Stilson wrench. I think I'm losing Maggie.
Keep working on it with any luck you will.
Detective Inspector Leary, did you know this car was stolen?
Business as usual, safe and sound. Friday 8:30 on BBC One. In tomorrow's Back to the Wild, what do you do with a problem case?
None of us like watching them go downhill.
Who decides if an animal is not fit for the wild?
We just would not contemplate releasing anything that is potentially dangerous.
How do you care for so many needy creatures?
Sorry to see them go, but they're on their way.
It's a disaster.
And all in a day's work for the RSPCA team.
The potential of it is frightening.
Ups and downs of the animal kingdom with Patrick Robinson in Back to the Wild, tomorrow at 8
on BBC One.
And back to our tale of British fortitude at the fort, now on BBC One, with the Carry On team.
Bye-bye.